What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Miles of Horror. I got Jordan with me. We're back and better than ever. We missed you guys. Jordan, how you been, man?
I've been good, dude. I'm getting my wallet ready for all the Black Friday sales coming up and all the crazy drops from our favorite physical media companies. So it's gonna be a fun time.
So I wish I was like thinking of that when I just bought all this VHS because I know it's gonna be so much shit that I want, and I like poured like resources into the VHS, and I'm happy about it. You know, it's nothing that I would say. You know, I picked up a bunch of stuff. There were two lots that I picked up, like that were like $31 and like $40.
Yeah,
like, it was a bunch of tapes each. So it was whatever. It's fine, but like the more I look, it's like just all stuff that I didn't really need. And I just got excited because like a whole bunch of tapes for cheap.
yeah.
So, but you know, I'm thinking about those sales too, man, and it's gonna hurt.
I'm always looking at VHS. Actually, it was funny. So I woke up yesterday. I looked out my window. My next door neighbor was having a yard sale, and right when I looked outside, I noticed they had a bunch of VHS on their table. So I actually went out and checked it out. There wasn't anything too crazy, but they had like The Mummy and like
nice.
A lot of Disney stuff. But yeah, I was like, if you guys find any horror VHS tapes, let me know.
Yeah, you put like your number down, like hit me up at this number. What I think's so funny is like, especially with VHS, is that I'm just getting excited just when I see a tape. Like I don't even care. It could be like fucking like I don't know, like Pretty Woman, and I'm just like, oh look, a VHS tape, and it's
I mean, yeah, like anything that you've like had that connection with when you were a kid or whatever, like it's exciting seeing that in the wild still. I mean, because to most people, VHS are just trash now. I mean,
yeah, and for me, it's still so fresh. You know, like just seeing tapes is so fresh to me. So like, it's just exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, so one thing I'm noticing before we get into today's video, which by the way is something we're gonna try and do, maybe not like weekly, but it's gonna be an episodic thing. So today's topic is horror movies we love, and Jordan and I are gonna start it off today, but I would like for this to be a weekly thing, an episodic thing. This is episode 1, so welcome everybody, the first official episode of horror movies we love.
Yeah,
and so this is the first time we're doing this. It's going to be a great show, but something I'm noticing in regard to VHS, Jordan, and I want to know your thoughts on this. You know, I picked up a pretty decent amount of stuff. You can see what I have a little bit back there. I have some other stuff on the way, but there's a limited quantity of tapes left in the world.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, like the more I look, I mean, it's out there. You can get stuff if you pay up and pay for it, but the more I look and the more I see, like collections come up, but I think more and more, like, and maybe COVID was a big reason for this, but these things are being scooped up, and there's not a lot of them out there, like that are available to sell.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Like, I mean, even like all of my friends, including like my parents too, like back then they just threw that shit out. Like once VHS started dying and like DVDs started to becoming more relevant, I mean, they just threw that shit out. Which, I mean, VHS isn't dead to us, but to most people, I mean, no one watches them anymore, you know?
Yeah, and I also 100%. Like that's absolutely like happening everywhere, and like a lot of these tapes are thrown out or they're garbage or whatever. But I'm talking about even for collectors. Like there's collectors that have their things, and they're most likely not going to get rid of them. And so here's my example, right? So like I would kill, and this is probably one of the most expensive tapes I've seen so far, a Killer Clowns VHS.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like I've been looking for that, and like there's not even one available.
It's tough, dude. Yeah, they come up on eBay every once in a while, but that tape's like a $350 tape. In like good condition. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there's two versions too. There's like the media release, and then there's like the cheaper release, which that's like a $30 tape, like pretty common, but.
So that's what I mean when I say, like, and again, the more I research, the more I like pick up, the more I'm like in tune with the whole game and scene. But like, it's clear to me that like this is not something where like you're going in and like you're seeing all these like you can get it if you want it. Like there's some titles that you can't get.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, if it comes across every once in a while, you can drop, a pretty penny and maybe snag it. But
Yeah.
like that one particular, and like there's a couple others I'm thinking that like it's very, very difficult and damn near impossible to find.
Oh yeah, especially like in the wild, dude. Like I see people find like some of those crazy titles in the wild, and you just wonder. I mean, they're posting in the Facebook group, so you wonder if it's legit or not because like finding something that rare in the wild is just insane.
Yeah, so it's just something I've been thinking about, and like it makes
Yeah.
it even more. I think prestigious is the word for me. It makes it even more of something that I'm cherishing because I picked up. We were talking about that Friday 13th collection that I picked up, and
Yep.
that's a more common set. Like there are definitely some available online,
Yep.
but a clean set like the one I got, I'm like able to cherish it even more because listen,
Yeah.
right now it's available, but eventually, like, it's not going to be, you know?
I know, dude, and yeah, it's just like those Thriller video Elvira tapes that I was
Oh, hell
showing you,
yeah.
dude. I've only seen two like almost full collections of those go up for sale, like the whole kit and caboodle.
So mad you missed out
And
on that,
I
man. I
know
wanted it for you.
I regret not grabbing it, but the next time one pops up, I'm gonna snag it up right away, and or I'm just gonna search them out and try to piece it together myself. But that was a big mistake on my part.
That's another thing I've been thinking about a lot, like that Friday 13 collection, the fact that I got it all together and like
Yep.
piecing things together. But we're getting off topic here. I could talk about this for days and days
Yep.
and days. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I've got so many goodies on the way, but that's for another show. So today, welcome everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Today, again, this is the first episode of a new, maybe weekly, but it's an episodic show called Horror Movies We Love. So Jordan and I are going to start us off today. We brought a couple movies with us that we love, and we're going to tell you why. And whatever it is, the reason that we do adore and love this movie, we want to share it with you guys and give us some rationale behind it. So you want to start us off, dude?
Yeah, dude.
Cool.
I would love to. So I brought two movies. So one of them's a comfort movie for me that I just love to watch all the time. Like if I'm ever feeling down, I put it in. And then the other one's a movie that I just genuinely love, and it has like infinite rewatchability for me.
So do you want to
So
do like
first,
one of yours, then I'll do one of mine?
yeah, dude.
All right, cool,
Yeah, that
cool, cool.
sounds good. So first, my like probably top three comfort horror movies, it's got to be Idle Hands.
Oh hell yeah.
It's so good, dude. I mean, and I mean, this is such an iconic like poster artwork, like from like the video store era and
Yep.
everything. So this movie, it just makes all my worries go away. It's a fun stoner movie. It just takes me back to when I didn't have to worry about the troubles of adulting and just smoking pot with my friends, not caring about anything.
Oh hell
And
yeah.
it's so good, dude. Like it's a great comedy horror. Devon Sawa, his role in it is so like the physicality of his role when he does all the weird stuff with his
Dude,
hand and
Seth
stuff the whole
Green.
time.
Seth
It's
Green,
amazing.
bro.
Yeah, Seth Green's in it. His character's
Jessica Alba,
hilarious.
who's a fox in that
Oh
movie.
my gosh,
Like an
dude.
absolute bombshell.
She's such a babe in that movie. Like it's crazy, dude. How young they were in this.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I love watching Devon Sawa's character in it. Anton. That's his
Yeah,
name.
Anton, nice, nice.
Yeah, so like all the things he does with his hand throughout the movie, it's so good in it. It nods at Evil Dead, which is another one of my favorite series. So I love that
Yeah,
movie.
dude, I am so happy you that was your pick. I love
Yeah.
Idle Hands also, and it was 1999, so I was 12 when that came out. Like that was right in my wheelhouse. Like you said, the Evil Dead nods. There are a
Yeah.
few things in that movie that like just stick with me forever. One is
Yeah.
the scene in the car when the hand is like feeling up the chick's boob,
Yeah.
and then that scene is like I forget how the hand kills her, but it
Yeah.
definitely gets her. And then the other one is it with when Offspring is playing the prom,
Yeah.
and the hand comes up and it shreds off the lead
Scalps him.
singer's scalp.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. There's
So,
so
like-
many good scenes. Even like the very beginning it's so funny because so Anton's parents they end up getting murdered by the hand that's under their bed. Like they go to bed and there's a message written on the ceiling that says like I'm under your bed, and then they end up getting killed. And the funniest thing is that Anton is such a big stoner that he doesn't even notice that his parents have been missing for like a week, which is just hilarious to me. I love it, dude. It's
That's
so
really
good.
funny. I did watch it recently, maybe within the last like 2 years, and it hits so hard, man. It is so rewatchable. And
Oh
like
yeah,
the other thing is that it's a horror comedy, right? Like I think we can agree on that.
yeah,
And
and
it's really freaky. Like it's a spooky movie.
oh yeah, for sure.
Like there are some really like and I think it's because it came out in 99, right? Like movies are still allowed to be scary. It was like
Yeah,
on the heels of Scream, right? Like they could be serious scary and also funny. Like it
yeah,
doesn't have to be like one or the other. It could be both. And yeah, like the whole beginning scene with the what was it? I'm under your bed.
yeah, yeah. There's like a message written in blood
Yes.
on their
Yep.
ceiling when his parents are going to bed.
That whole thing is super freaky.
It's super campy too. Like there's like a druidic like priestess that's like hunting this like evil hand
Mm.
being that's like jumping around to people, and it's so good, dude.
Isn't it? There's someone else famous. Isn't that dude famous? I'm trying to remember who it was.
Yeah, there's a I'm trying to think of his name. He plays
Not
what's
the
his
other
name?
friend. The priest. Isn't that guy famous? Am I wrong?
I don't the priest is a girl, but the guy that you're talking about, he
Oh,
drives like the
the
big,
jock guy.
yeah, the big monster truck that he
Yeah,
drives,
that
and he
guy.
works at like the fast food restaurant. I can't think
Yeah,
of the actor's name, but
I just looked it up. It's Jack Noseworthy.
yeah,
He played
yeah, he's
Randy.
been
He
in
was in something recently. I just oh, you know what he's in? I think. Hang on, I gotta see
uh-uh.
this. You know what he's in? Hold on. No, wrong guy. Oops. I thought he was the dude in Ginger Snaps,
I could see that. He definitely
but
looks like it.
he does. It's not though. I just
Maybe he
looked it
was in
up.
a TV show that was famous. I don't know, but that guy's character is hilarious too, dude, because he has no fucking clue what's going on, and he thinks that everyone's just crazy. But and I love it when he's working in the fast food restaurant, and Anton like sneaks in and starts working in like the fast like the back of the drive-through. It's so funny, dude.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
that whole scene. And isn't is that I'm trying to I like it's all in my head, but I know exactly what you're talking about. But it doesn't he like with something with the fries, like the hand goes in the fries or something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like, yeah, it's like doing his own thing, like while he's like talking to him, and yeah, everyone just thinks he's crazy. It's hilarious. But yeah, this was actually one of the movies that I watched on my 31 nights of Halloween. So, but yeah, like I said, dude, like it's such a good comfort movie. I mean, anytime I'm in a bad mood, it's fun to put on and just think about the stoner days, you know.
Oh hell yeah, dude. I love that. Which can you show us that edition again? Which release do you
Yeah.
have? Oh, the
So
Screen Factory.
this is the Stream Factory release. Yep. Which if they end up making a 4K of this one, I will definitely upgrade it because I love this movie.
I think I have that same edition. I believe. I don't know if I have a
Yeah.
slip for it, but I'm
I
pretty
think
sure I have that.
this is like the edition, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if any other like boutique label has put out a Blu-ray of this.
Would you shit yourself if let's say Umbrella did like a hard box?
Oh yeah, dude. I would pick that up for sure.
And the honest truth is like tell me like Devin Sawa wouldn't want to do an interview on that movie, or tell
Oh,
me
100%.
Seth Green wouldn't want to do an interview on that movie, or the dude who played the other friend who was in Mighty Ducks. Like,
Yeah.
what's that guy
Yeah.
doing right now? You know, like,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah. I mean, I know Devin Sawa loves talking about it at cons. Like I didn't meet him but he was at the convention that I went to at the end of September. And that's like everyone was talking about that with him, and he just loves talking about that movie.
that's sick, dude. I'm also,
Yeah.
before I get into my first pick, I'm really happy for Devin Sawa because I've read he's like been through some shit, and being a
Yeah.
child actor, it's not easy, right? So
Oh,
I mean, he was in he was the dude in Casper, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
He
so
played
he was,
the real life Casper.
yeah. He was
Yeah.
young. He was like on Teen Beat and Teen Heartthrob and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
he went through some shit, and like now he's kind of found his niche, and he's looked at this as this kind of like horror. Everyone
Yeah,
kind of loves him in the horror
he leaned
community,
into
and
it hard.
chicks
Like,
fucking love him. Like chicks are obsessed with him and so I'm happy for him, man. I would love
yeah.
to meet him at a con.
Yeah, I don't know if you watched the new Child's Play series, but he plays the dad in that, and he killed that role. Like
Yeah.
he's really good in that. So
All right, cool. Great pick, dude. Great pick. So we got Idle Hands, Jordan from Jordan. That's his first pick. All right, heading over to me. My first pick. I like I thought about which direction I wanted to go in, and there's rewatchable, or there's like just a movie you put on the background or whatever. And I went with a movie that I just love because I think it's a great movie, and it's like it's a movie that is like I don't necessarily put it in my top 10, but I think it's one of
Mhm.
the most well-made horror films in the last 50 years, and it's House of the Devil. And so you know my love for this movie, and you know how I'm excited I am for that Umbrella release, and a Second Sight apparently is doing
Yeah.
a 4K, is what I heard. Um, so it's House of the Devil. Now, if you've not seen House of the Devil, it's directed by Ty West, and starring Greta Gerwig is in it, who directed Barbie. For those of you that don't know who Greta Gerwig is, and it's a very Hitchcockian, slow burn kind of movie. Again, Ty West, ex
Mhm.
Maxine Pearl, the guy who directed that movie, directed this. Okay, so it's a very Hitchcockian mood, tone, slow burn kind of movie that has a few scenes that just has you shook, and it's a movie that will last with you for a long time after.
Mhm.
And I love the ambiance that this movie creates, and I love, the first time I saw this, it was extremely impactful on me, and it reminded me like what good horror looked like. And so it's a movie to me that is just special, and I think people like it, and I think people recognize it, but I think because of the lack of physical media in regard to this, like it hasn't, in this day and age, in this kind of like golden age of physical media, it hasn't really been something that's talked about a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, I can't say much on it. I've seen it once. I believe that did it have a theatrical release, or was it like a straight to Netflix kind of thing? Because I remember watching it on Netflix like right around when it came out.
It's a great
Um,
question. I think it was a straight to video
yeah.
or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna
What
look
year
that
did
up.
it come out? Was it like because I want to say it was around like 2017 or something.
House of the Devil?
Yeah,
Way before that.
way before that.
Yeah, I think
Really?
it was like 2004 or maybe
Oh, really?
2010. Maybe. Hold on, I'm looking
Really?
right now.
So the year I watched it, I want to say it was like 2017. I remember watching it on Netflix.
It came out in 2009.
Oh, okay, so it's way older than I thought.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, but
like 15 years old.
that's the one where it has like the college student and she wants to make like some extra money, so then she like
Yep.
how like bit like house sits, right?
Yep. So
Yeah,
basically, yeah, dude, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. So basically, the
yeah,
premise of the movie is a girl is very strapped for cash, college student. Her best friend is Greta Gerwig, and she is strapped for cash, and she's kind of trying to make ends meet for rent and all these things. And she sees a little tab for a babysitter, and
yep,
she calls them up, and it's this secluded house, and basically they ask her to, it's a very weird couple, and her friend keeps telling her not to do it, it's not worth it, but she really needs the money, and it's such a simple premise, and
mhm,
it's just the way it's done. I think that's what I love about it so much, is that it's such a simple premise. Like, it's not a genius premise. It's a very simple girl goes to babysit and things are not as they appear, right? It's like an old school
yeah,
90s trope. Things are not always as they appear to be. And basically, they ask her to babysit their elderly mother who
yep,
cannot take care of herself, and that all she had to do was stay there, and most likely she wasn't even going to need anything, just kind of hang out there for the night, and they're going to pay her a certain amount of
yep,
money. And that's kind of what the movie's about. And it's just, I'm not going to tell you what happens,
yeah.
but
It makes me excited if it's actually going to get a 4K from Second Sight, because it's going to give me another chance to watch it. I'll definitely scoop it up if they do that, because I want to rewatch it. Because like I said, I remember watching it once, but it's been probably 8 years, 7, 8 years since I watched it.
so Umbrella is it actually, I think it's like they've arrived. They posted pictures
Mhm.
of the release. I ordered it, but I also ordered Eyes Without a Face, which has been delayed. So I'm guessing
Yep.
mine's not going to ship until that comes in, because they like to do that. They like wait until everything's in.
Yeah.
So it's a bummer, but I ordered it from Umbrella, and Second Sight gave us that little tease, and I said it. I just want to make
I
that.
remember.
Yeah, I said it
I
because
remember that video where you
if you
said
guys
that.
have noticed, man, there's certain trends that are happening between Umbrella and Second Sight, and
Yep.
This was just a movie that felt to me like it was going to happen, and it did. So yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be a 4K because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that the umbrella region in Australia is the same region as the UK.
Yep.
So that would mean that unless it was a very limited license, it would have to be a 4K. You know?
Hmm. That's exciting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm excited for you, and I'm excited to be able to check it out again. So
It's like it's annoying to have to double dip, but
yeah,
like I'm good owning 2 copies of this movie.
yeah. I
So
mean, when it's something you love, dude. I mean, I don't see any problem with it.
yeah, so go check out House of the Devil, guys. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. A little bit of a different vibe than Jordan's first pick. There's no comedy about it. It's a very serious,
Yeah.
very Hitchcockian movie, but it is phenomenal. One of my favorite movies of all time. All right, Jordan, you're up, kid. Next one.
All right, dude. This one is well known if you're a big horror fan, especially a big '80s horror fan. My next pick is Reanimator.
Oh hell yeah!
This is the Arrow Video Steelbook release, which is really sweet. It's got the doctor's severed head on the back, and it's just the artwork's awesome. This movie is one of those to me that's just infinitely rewatchable. Jeffrey Combs' character, Herbert West, the mad scientist, is amazing in it. Every role that Jeffrey Combs plays, he just goes over the top, like batshit crazy, and it's just so fun to watch him in everything that he's in. And not only that, but the movie is a comedy, but it's like subtly a comedy. Like it's not like a comedy like ha ha ha, but like there's certain things that happen in it that just are, you're like, wow, that's crazy. I can't believe that happened, and it's comedic, you know?
Cat dead. Details
Yeah,
later.
cat dead, details later. The head giving head scene, which is
Oh my
just
god.
crazy. There's a hilarious meme about that scene that's like me watching a horror movie, and then like me watching a horror movie, and my wife walks in, and like of course it's that part. But yeah, that scene's iconic.
West.
Yeah, that
The
scene's
head.
iconic, dude. Or
Yeah.
like even and like the intro just like pulls you in because like it just goes straight for it. Like he's injecting someone with the serum, and then they're like, "I can't believe you killed that guy," and he says, "I didn't kill him. I gave him
Mm-hmm.
life." But it's so good.
I could not agree more. And you know what's interesting is like if I Reanimator is one of the most famous horror movies of all time. Like, there's no
Yep.
way around it. But it's not an obvious horror movie. Like, it's
Yeah.
not a horror movie that casual fans are gonna know.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not famous like as in like Nightmare on Elm Street to people who aren't into horror movies. You know, like if you're not into horror movies, you probably don't know what it is.
Exactly. So, like, for me, that was kind of the crossover movie for me. It was like when I saw
Yeah.
Reanimator, that was like such a like light bulb moment for me. That was like,
Dude.
and I think that's a great movie as like a recommendation for like the casual horror fan when they're like, oh, you know, do you have any good recommendations for me? You know, I want to
Yeah.
watch some more horror movies. I think Reanimator is like the perfect recommendation for someone when you want them to see like what's out there, you know, and the
Dude.
possibilities of what good horror could be like out there, you know?
Yeah, you couldn't be more right, dude, because now like thinking back on that, like after I watched Reanimator, that was really the time where like I started like digging for more like obscure, like trashy horror movies or like grindhousey horror movies. I mean, like it opened up a whole new world for me. Like
A whole new world.
yeah, exactly.
And
But
also,
yeah, dude, and like and Barbara Crampton in it, like
dude, speaking of
she's
horror
such
babes,
a
Barbara
babe,
Crampton.
dude. Like she's such a babe and everything she's in, but especially this movie, like she just kills it.
I also like, I just love the two of them together, Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs.
I know, dude. Yeah, their chemistry's amazing. But yeah, dude, like there's just something about it. And it's an HP Lovecraft story, and I'm a big fan of HP Lovecraft movies. His literature is a little hard to read, but like any HP Lovecraft adaptation I love.
So I actually had that steelbook at one point.
Yeah.
I'm not a big steelbook guy, but when I first got into collecting, I I looked at steel. I had gotten a bunch of steelbooks through my collecting,
Yeah.
and for a while I was into them. Like I had that sick Evil Dead 2 steelbook with like it's like a metallic silver, like the
Yep,
red.
yep.
I had that. I had a bunch of good ones, and at some point, I was just like, you know what, these things go for a lot of money. I had
Yeah,
the Scream Factory uh the Scream Factory Halloween 3 that goes for big
yep,
money. I had
yep.
that. I had a bunch of good ones. I was like, you know what? I already own these movies. I just don't really need the steelbooks because I don't know. They don't like go with the rest of the collection, you know?
Yeah, I've kind of in recent times I've kind of fallen out of the steelbook thing. Like in my early collecting days, I was really into it. I was trying to get everything I could on steelbook. But now, like even with like the Scream Factory 4Ks they're doing, when they're like for instance, they just put Drag Me to Hell out, and now they're doing a Drag Me to Hell steelbook. I would still choose the slipcover with the original artwork over the steelbook, in my opinion.
100%. And
Yeah.
the steelbooks just don't really do it for me. I'd rather like
Yep.
a limited edition. Like what I'm okay with is like, so for example, the Elm Street 4K, right? It's a steelbook, but it's in like packaging.
Yep.
That's totally
Exactly.
fine with me. But like, I don't want a standalone steelbook.
Yep, I just actually so the other Arrow Video edition of this movie, there's a chunky box with like a book or like a comic book in it or something. There was one on eBay the other day with it and Bride of Reanimator, and I was like this close to nabbing that because I want that edition so bad. It's so nice.
It's really funny you say that. I do have that edition.
Yep,
I have the Arrow, the white Reanimator box.
yep,
And it's incredible. It is such an
yeah,
awesome set, but I don't have that Bride of, and that Bride
yep,
of set has eluded me for years and years
yep,
and years. And what's interesting about that set is the Bride of set is like a soft box,
yep,
which
yep,
is odd to me that that's how they did that. But it's kind of like the Society box. It's like that
yep,
softer, which is
yeah.
cool. But I'm with you. I need that Bride of box so badly.
Yeah, the thing that held me back was honestly Reanimator is such an iconic movie that I can see Arrow or maybe even Vinegar Syndrome putting out a 4K of Reanimator, or maybe Arrow doing like a box set 4K with Bride and Reanimator in it. So
That would be sick.
yeah,
If
I
they
could see it.
if they did a limited like joint box set, like a Reanimator like definitive like box
Yeah.
set for the two,
I mean
that's gonna be fire.
the I'm pretty sure the Blu-ray is already a 4K scan though, so I mean there might not be a
Interesting.
need for them to do a 4K, but regardless, I'd buy it because it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Yeah, I would definitely buy it
So
also. Great pick, man.
hell yeah.
So all right, we're coming down to the wire here. We had Idle Hands and Reanimator from Jordan, and I had House the Devil, and then my next one is I kind of like Jordan's route on Idle Hand, just a rewatchable for me that it's just so much fun and something that like just brings me so much joy. And this is like the time of the year to watch it, so I figured it'd be a good choice for this. A horror movie I love is none other than Krampus because
Oh
I
yeah,
just
dude.
like this movie brings me so much joy and
Oh,
like people like it, people think it's okay. I love it. Like
dude,
I
same.
adore this movie, and the fact that it's Michael Dougherty that did this, like it has his stamp on it so perfectly. And it's eye candy, right? And it's juicy and it's gooey and it's like gory and goopy and fun, and
Yeah,
it's creative, and the whole toy box of monsters is just some of the best and most fun monsters you'll ever see in a movie.
yeah. Dude, what's crazy is too is like that's a movie you can watch that with anyone. Like I watched that with my kids, dude. My daughter loves that movie. Like it's not super violent and gory and bloody, but and that's what makes it amazing. And I have a super hot take, quick, but that is Michael
Uh-oh.
Dougherty's best movie.
Dude,
Hot
holy
take,
shit. You heard it here first from Jordan.
hot take.
Krampus is Michael Dougherty's best movie. Wow. You guys listening out there, that is a bombshell statement from Jordan Lingle.
You know,
Now you got me thinking. Now you got me. I don't know.
dude.
I feel
It's
like I
weird
can't go
because
that far.
It's
Of
weird
course,
because
we're this is so major because you're saying that you think it's better than Trick or Treat.
yeah, it depends on what mood you're in, dude. Like nothing encapsulates Halloween more than Trick or Treat, and nothing encapsulates Christmas more than Krampus. Like he killed it with both of those movies. Like Krampus, dude, like the vibe in that, like it takes me back to like those like being snowed in days, like when you're
Yes.
home from school, snowed in, can't go anywhere, and then like you
Yep.
decide to go outside and like play in the snow or build a snowman, and it's just dead silent with nothing around. It's a mood.
I think you're right about that. I think there's like yeah, it's just so well done. You're right. Like this when they wake up and it starts getting colder out, and you're like, all right, shit's
Yeah.
picking up, and then they look outside and they see those evil snowmen,
Yeah.
and that scene in particular is like you're just it's scary, even though it's not a scary thing. It's
Yeah.
like this is freaky. Like shit is about to pick up.
Yeah, and it goes back to like I knew that you would love that movie because you're such a big Goosebumps fan, and you talk about like when movies are like a Goosebumps episode, the twist ending at like of that
You're
movie
right.
is just like a Goosebumps episode, dude. Like the families in the snow globe in Krampus's like workshop, like it's just like a Goosebumps episode.
I'm really trying to wrap my head around the fact that you think this is better than Trick or Treat, and it's not.
Yep.
It's not a crazy statement. The
Yep.
more we talk about it, it's not. I love this movie so much. I don't think I can say that for myself, but it's damn close. I think you're right. It is
Yeah.
damn close. I just have a
It's
love for Trick
tough,
or Treat as
dude.
well. But it's damn close.
I
Man.
think why I say that is because like it goes back to like the fact that like a kid can watch that movie and get as much enjoyment out of it as an adult. Like I mean, I couldn't show my kids Trick or Treat. It's super gory and violent, but like being able to show my kids that movie and like them loving it and me loving it too, like and it freaking me out just as much as like an R-rated horror movie is just amazing in my opinion.
Well, there you have it, guys. A couple picks from us, horror movies we love, and why we love them, guys. This is something we're gonna do, hopefully often. Jordan and I were talking. We're gonna try and do like a Sunday episodic kind of show.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be movies we love. Who knows? Or maybe it'll just be other things. Us shooting the shit. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We have some great recommendations for you guys today. So yeah, that's what we have for you guys. Jordan, I will hit you guys with his socials below. What do you got? Are you wearing a Krampus shirt?
Yep.
Yes.
I forgot I was.
Yes. Hell yeah.
I gotta show that before we go. But yeah,
Dude.
before I forget.
Hell yeah. That's a sick shirt.
It's another connection we have, dude. It's one of those times where like our energy's the same today.
It really is, man. Like it's just we're on the same page, brother.
Yep.
Anyway, Jordan, hit him up at Shinigami Jingle. Now, Jordan, before we go, you're thinking you might be starting your own channel, right?
Yep, I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna be looking at cameras and stuff on Black Friday. I just got a new microphone, so I mean, obviously I have a webcam that I use, but I want to get a nice camera to have a little bit higher quality video for you guys. But yeah, I'm hoping to do something like you do, where like I talk about physical media, and I want to bring collectibles into the mix too, because I'm a big collectible guy as well. So
we're gonna have to talk about cameras because I'm trying to upgrade. Also, I have my mirrorless, and it's like a dope. It's awesome, but I haven't been able to connect it as a webcam yet. Yeah. So I use StreamYard for this kind of stuff, and it's just so much easier. It really is. Like to do things like linking your socials right here, or putting your banner up. Like there's no editing necessary. It's like and the video gets uploaded immediately onto YouTube. So it's just so much easier to use something like StreamYard. But I'm definitely trying to upgrade my camera. It works great for videos like this because when it's a smaller box, the pixels are great. But we'll have to talk. But anyway, hit him up at Shinigami Jingle. I know I said it right that time. And we appreciate you guys hanging out. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Peace.